Hi guys, just a real quick one while I'm working on the layout. One or two of you have asked me a little while back how I make my hedges, and I said at that point that I'd do a video on them, and that was a long time ago. So I'm making a few now, and I thought, well, while I'm doing it, I'll show you what I'm doing. First of all, this is a scourer pad. We have a brand over here, Home Brand, which is a cheap brand in the major supermarkets. That pack of 6, I think it is, cost me 75 cents from memory, so very, very cheap. Extremely good base for hedges. Then, once I've got these, I cut them up like this. So I've got 5 fairly equal sections. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit off each one. Just measure them up so they're roughly the same. Hedges are rarely, unless it's a very, very, very good hedge, are rarely perfectly uniform. So, particularly sort of more of a wild hedge. So I've got 5 equal parts there. Down here, I have a tin of scatter. It's an old biscuit tin, aptly. It has a nice picture of a train on the front. Scatter that's left over, some clump stuff, some coarse stuff, some fine stuff. In fact, some of that scatter is actually the Woodland Scenics foliage. When you break that up to make vines and things like that, a lot of the stuff comes off it, a lot of the scatter comes off it. When I'm breaking it up, I break it up over this tin here and make sure that none of that gets lost. So we've got a nice mix in there, and as I say, I've got my hedges here, and I'll show you the next part. Okay, so next up I take my hedges, and I take some Schwarzkopf hairspray. Of course, it doesn't have to be that kind, but this one, I always try and get the strong hairspray, and whenever I can find hairspray on special, basically I get it because it is really expensive. Fantastic glue, brilliant for modelling, particularly for static grass. But I take the hedge and give it a quick spray just on either side there, turn it around, make sure that I'm also just getting the bit where my finger was touching. Put that aside, get the next one, spray it up, and repeat this process until all of them are done. Alright, so I put all my hedging all sprayed in the container there. Want to put the lid on, and this is the magic bit. Be careful on this bit, you blink and you'll miss it. Give it a bit of a shake around. It's a nice little shake for a couple of minutes. And I'll open the lid and show you what we've got. Oh, look at that. We've got a beautiful little hedge there. Just tap off the excess there. What I then do is I give it a quick spray just on 2 of the sides with a hairspray, just to really set that scatter into the hedge. I figured out with that one scourer, I can get about 2.5 foot worth of hedge. Probably about, what would that be in retail terms of the hedging that you can buy? I reckon it's got to be close to about 25-30 bucks worth, Australian obviously, 25 to 30 bucks worth of hedging, and it probably cost me, well, that one scourer there would have cost me about, let's be liberal and say 20 cents. So pretty good. Oh, of course the scatter as well, so you know, but I just had that lying around. But a really, really great outcome. They look fantastic on the layout, and they've got variation to them as well. They're not like the bought hedging, which is all sort of the same, sort of uniform right the way around. Easily stuck down with PVA glue. An absolute ripper. If you haven't tried this before and you've got hedging on your layout, give it a shot because it'll save you stacks, and I reckon it looks better than the bought stuff.